All right, so now there's a question on a tailpiece on a BG-150 gold tone, and we're going to show you how to adjust that. Now, the first thing you need to do is to get the resonator off the banjo, okay? I've taken all the screws off but this one, and so you can either unscrew it by hand, or if it's too tight, then you can use a screwdriver. So you take that out. Now, on some of these gold tones, the receptacle that you screw this into will move around. So when we put it back, I don't know if you can see that.
You can.
Okay. And I have a very good cameraman here, so I may ask him questions. So see how that thing moves? So whenever you put this back, that has to be straight up, and then you just put that screw in there and you screw it. And normally what I do when I screw it back in is I will just screw it in a couple turns so the flange, which is this part, moves. Now I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to look at the resonator again, actually. Well, we're going to look at the resonator again, and just so you can see what's happening underneath here. So we'll look right here. See how that thing's loose? So whenever you put that resonator back, you've got to have those things straight up. Now, some people will put some Loctite or Elmer's glue here to, once they get them set. So that's the resonator. Now, we'll look at the banjo and the tailpiece. Okay, so to loosen the tailpiece, you either have a wrench you got from Gold Tone, which is that, okay? Or what I like to use is one of these, you find these all over the house that take these different bits, okay? Because this happens to be the same size as these nuts right here. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to loosen this, okay? Now, what that's going to do is that's going to let the tailpiece, and I'm going to loosen this as well. Now, these are usually pretty tight, so I have to take pliers to turn that. So I'm going to turn this probably all the way, okay? Now, this is strong, and basically, now this tailpiece will move a little bit, okay?
All right, I want you to do me a favor, because even I'm a little bit confused. So move your hand. So the first thing is this right here.
Loosen this.
Loosen this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next thing is take a wrench and loosen this.
Right.
And then you're going to loosen that. So that's where we're at now, is those two parts are loose.
Now, so what's happening is this tailpiece can now, in your case, sometimes it'll hit the head or it'll be crooked, all right? So basically what you do is you straighten the tailpiece, and I
really need you to not put your hand in front of the camera, if you can.
Okay. Anyway, so we get the tailpiece straightened however you want to. Once it's straight, then we go back to this nut and we tighten it. Once again, this is strictly a video for one person, so if you don't think it's the greatest video in the world,
it is a wonderful video.
You would
we'll have cake after the video.
Yeah, we'll have cake. Now I have to actually hold this. Now, depending on which one of these you use, this one's actually works better, okay? So then we just tighten it down, and then we're going to get a little shot right here. And you can see that the tailpiece touches, this is called the tension hoop. There's no space between the tailpiece and the tension hoop. And then the question always is, well, how tight do I tighten this? And generally, I just tighten that very little so that this tailpiece very slightly presses into the strings.
All right, so the points are, remember, one, at the end, tighten this.
Right.
Throw the tool. Let's see the tool. All right, and then we need to make sure this is tight. And how tight? Just tight enough, right?
Yeah, just tight enough.
Okay, and the tailpiece will be touching the tension hoop.
Yes.
That is, I believe that is adjusting a tailpiece. Is that adjusting a tailpiece?
Now, once you've done all that, then we'll go back to getting this resonator on, okay? And in this particular banjo, these things are loose, okay? So these have to be perfectly aligned. We set the banjo in the resonator and basically just make sure that it fits properly. Then we look at each of the places we're going to put a screw and make sure that we can see the receptacle where it's going to go in very clearly. So we look at each one of those. We don't have to do that with the camera. And then we can take a small, just about anything if we need to move them around and get them perfect. And then we tighten, we put the, put this in here, tighten it just a little bit, just till it catches, and then we put the others in, and then if everything works, then we go ahead and tighten them, and that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.